All right, so hello everybody and welcome to the session where we are going to give you some questions, and trust me, they are going to be some really difficult questions that we would be doing today, and they are going to test your problem solving and logical reasoning reasoning skills to the next level. So first let me read out some of your comments here. All right, so who do we have here? Rafiq Ahmed says hello Rafiq. We have Saranya, we have Prashansa here, we have Mayank, good evening. Archit, hi Archit, good evening to you as well. Okay, quickly tell me if I'm audible and visible by throwing a quick thumbs up there. Okay, I'm doing good, Archit. I hope you're doing awesome. Prashansa, good evening. Shanmugam says he's really curious. You should be, because there would be some questions that I think you would be seeing for the first time today. Okay, Muskan says we are all ready, so perfectly audible and visible. Awesome. So shall we begin now? Yeah, so again, I wish you all a very good evening. First, let's start off by talking a little bit about the Telegram channel. There may be some new students who would be joining us through this video, so please, you will find the link to this channel in the descriptions box, because there would be some things that we would be able to share only on the Telegram channel, and that is going to be the session notes with the teacher's handwriting given. Now, these session notes will go a long way in helping you revise when you're rewatching the videos, make proper notes with all the formulas and all. So that would be shared, followed by quizzes. There would be homework questions, revision questions, all the session updates as well. Okay, now, yes. The BYJU'S classes 2 teacher advantage, the tuition model. Okay, now I've listed down prices of various packages here, like the monthly pack. There is pack 1, 2 sessions, 3 sessions. Now there are certain advantages of this session, some really important ones. I'd like to highlight it out for you here. First thing, these sessions would be mapped to your school curriculum. All right, and then you can choose your own class timings. And then personalized attention along with one-to-one guidance is provided by a personalized mentor. And as you already know by now, there will be a teacher explaining you all the concepts, and simultaneously another teacher would be present to clarify any doubts that you may have. The link to this would be in the descriptions box. And if at all there are any students who are interested, I'd be willing to answer some of the questions during the end of the session. But right now, I want to begin the session, and here is question number 1 coming your way. Now, I hope you guys are ready with some papers and a pen or a pencil, because they would be working out needed for quite a lot of questions today. So I'm sure you guys are ready. Yep. So here's the first question coming your way. Read the problem carefully. All right, so here it is, like tomorrow is neither Wednesday nor Thursday. Yesterday was not Friday or Saturday. Today is not Thursday, Monday or Sunday. So what day is it? Yeah, so go ahead, figure it out. I'm going to give you 60 seconds of time to be able to get this working out. All right. Dipesh says Namaskar. Pranam, Sajib. All right, so Gargi says yes. Himani already has the answer to this. She says Tuesday it is. Read the question carefully, please. These questions are going to be tricky. Okay, this is not going to be a Menti test. We would be solving questions one by one. All right. So take your time. Take your time. Jayashri answers Friday, so we have a different answer coming up. Some of you are saying a Monday. So I hope by now you've understood that these questions are going to be a little on the trickier side. Okay, so you've got to make sure that you're reading the problem carefully and then solving it. Because unless and until you're able to put a pen on paper, you're not going to organize your thoughts in a better way. All right, so D, Tuesday is what majority of you are saying. I am going to reveal the correct answer now. Divyansh says B. Rafiq Ahmed also goes with Friday along with Archit Chaudhary. Okay, so I'm going to reveal the answer. The answer is going to be a Friday. Okay, this must have been a little tricky. Yep, so let's go ahead and check out how the answer is Friday, because you should be more interested in how rather than the what. All right, so let's read the information. So we have today, we have tomorrow, mind the spelling, and then we have a yesterday. Okay, let me just correct the spelling again. Tomorrow. Okay, now let's utilize the information. So tomorrow is neither a Wednesday nor a Thursday. So this cannot be a Wednesday and it cannot be a Thursday. Okay. Yesterday was not a Friday or a Sunday. So this cannot be a Friday and this cannot be a Saturday. And today, it cannot be a Thursday, it cannot be a Monday, and it cannot be a Sunday. So how many days are we left with? I mean, we have ruled out 3 options automatically. It can't be a Thursday, a Monday, or a Sunday, which means there are only 4 options left. It can be a Tuesday, it can be a Wednesday, it can be a Friday, or it can be a Saturday, right? These are the only 4 options left out because it is clearly mentioned that today can't be Thursday, Monday, or Sunday. Now we've got to utilize the yesterday and the tomorrow. All right. So if today is Tuesday, then yesterday, is fine. But tomorrow will be what? Thursday. If today is Tuesday, then tomorrow will be Wednesday, which means Tuesday is not possible. Right? Understand this. Look, if today is a Tuesday, then tomorrow is going to be a Wednesday. And it's clearly mentioned that tomorrow is not a Wednesday. So Tuesday is ruled out. Again, Wednesday is also ruled out because if today is a Wednesday, then tomorrow it's going to be a Thursday. And it's clearly mentioned that tomorrow can't be a Thursday. Yeah? Friday. Let's check out Friday. If today is Friday, tomorrow is going to be a Saturday, which is valid. And then yesterday is going to be a Thursday, which is valid again. We're satisfied with all the conditions. So that's the reason why Friday is going to be the correct answer, because even if today was Saturday, then yesterday was going to be Friday, and it's clearly mentioned that yesterday cannot be a Friday. All right. So the right answer to this question is going to be Friday. So this is a typical way in which you could have worked through the problem, saying that today, tomorrow, yesterday, and then write down the options and then eliminate the answers. Okay. It's like following a Sherlock strategy. Eliminate the impossible, whatever remains shall be the truth. Yes? Come on, let's move on and check out the second question now. All right, so I'm giving you a question. Please make sure you read it carefully. All right, so we have a mixture with 20 liters A and 30 liters B. After we remove 10 liters of the mixture, what will be the new ratio of A and B? So let's start the timer now. 60 seconds again. This should be a simple question, but other questions are really going to test your IQ, okay? Because these are going to be some really high IQ questions, and there is one question in the list which is my favorite. Let's see how many of you can get this one correct. Mona Lisa Sony says A, 1:2. Mayank says C, 1:3. Who's saying B? Jayashri says B. Okay, we're getting mixed answers again, but still we've got time. We've got time. Rafiq Ahmed also says C. Okay, quite a lot of you are saying 1:2 is going to be correct. All right. Look guys, I'm going to tell you this. Learn the process of problem solving in today's session. Don't get disheartened if you do not get any of the answers to these questions correct, because these are challenging questions. These are tricky questions. So these are meant for you to learn something. That's about it. So the time is up. I think there was only one person who answered the correct answer, and that was Jayashri, I believe. The right answer to this question is going to be option B, 2:3. Let me explain you how. Now, let's suppose you have a mixture, 20 liters A, 30 liters B. Now, if you want to relate it, let's suppose you have a mixture containing milk and sugar syrup. All right. So you have, hypothetically speaking, let's say 20 liters sugar syrup and 30 liters milk. Okay. So you have mixed it very nice. Now you take a sip. You drink 10 liters of the mixture. Okay. Now, after you drink 10 liters, is the taste going to change? The taste is going to remain the same. Right? Because you have removed the mixture. You cannot, obviously, after you have mixed the milk and the sugar syrup, you cannot take out the milk or the sugar syrup out of it, right? Yeah. So after you have drank 10 liters, the next mixture will also taste you the same. Every sip is going to taste the same. Every sip is going to taste the same because the ratio of A is to B is going to remain the same. It is not going to change. You have just removed the mixture. The remaining mixture will also be the same, right? So that's a reason why the answer is 2:3. It is not going to change. Okay? So Gargi says she had also given the correct answer over 10 seconds was left. Never mind. As long as you've understood it, you have removed some part of the mixture. The remaining mixture is going to be the same. It is not going to change. If it is not going to change, then obviously the ratio of A is to B is going to remain the same. The ratio will remain the same. The quantities will change. All right? Dipesh, I've spoken your name finally. Yes? Common sense. Come on, let's move on to the third question now. Question number 3. Make sure you are ready with some papers and a pen or a pencil for this, because this will require you to scribble something. All right? I'm going to give you the question now. Okay, read this very carefully. All you've got to know is a sense of directions, like where is north, where is east, where is west, and where is south. That's it. Okay? So I'm going to begin the timer now. Go ahead. Crack this one up. Johnson left for his office in a car. He drove 15 kilometers north and then 10 kilometers west. He then turned to south and covered 5 kilometers. So just as I said, you've got to have a good direction sense. That's all. All right. Rafiq is also saying that he got it correct, but just late. Never mind. Never mind. That was a good question. It was easy, but tricky in some way. But this one is going to take some drawing. You know, I hope. As I said, all you've got to know is where is north, where is east, where is west, and where is south. That's all. Archit says C, 3 kilometers north. Divyansh also says C. Andy says A, 6 kilometers south. Okay. Let's see, even I don't know the correct answer to this yet. Rafiq says 6 kilometers south. Shanmugam says B, Pranavi says B, Himani says B, Mona Lisa says B, Mayank says B, Pranavi is also saying B in a way, Anju says B as well, and B it is. I think B here is going to be the correct answer, 2 kilometers west. Well done, well done. Come on, let's go ahead and check out how the solution for this is going to look like. Okay, so Johnson left for his office in a car. Let's say Johnson is here. Okay, we don't know where Johnson is, so let's suppose Johnson is here. He drove 15 kilometers towards north. Okay, so he's going to go up. Yeah. So he's going to cover how much? 15 kilometers. I'm sure you know the directions, right? Look, this is north, this is west, this is east, and this is south. As long as you know this, you should be able to do this. So first he traveled 15 kilometers north. Okay, we've utilized this information. Then, okay, let's not put the arrow. Let's suppose this represents 15 kilometers. And then he turns 10 kilometers towards west. West is going to be this side. Yeah. So he's going to turn this way and then travel 10 kilometers. Okay. So we've used this as well. Then he turns south. All right. So he's going to turn south and he's going to cover 5 kilometers. I've used this as well. Further, he turned to east and covered 8. So he's going to be here somewhere, right? 8 kilometers. Finally, he turned right. Now, this is important here. Now, if he's facing this side towards east means this would be his left and this would be his right. Yes, if he's facing towards the east. So, this would be the right direction. Further, he turned east, moved 8 kilometers. Finally, he turned, you know, how much? Right, and drove 10 kilometers. So, let's suppose this is the 10 kilometers. Okay, so he's here now. So how far, this was the starting point, right? This was the starting point. Because look, you also have to keep in mind the numbers out there. Look, if this complete distance is 10 and if this is 8, let me just choose a different color there. This color here is going to represent 2 kilometers, right? Because this whole length should be 10, like it is at the top. And if this much is 5, this is 10, then both this 5 and 10 will add up to 15, right? So in which direction is he? This was the starting point, right? So he's in this direction, which is west, obviously. And what is the distance between them? Distance between them is 2 kilometers. So that's the reason why 2 kilometers west was the right answer. I think you got confused, most of them, at this point. He was facing in the direction of east, so this would have been the left, and this would have been the right. Okay, hello Disha. As I said, these are going to be tricky questions because they are meant to be high IQ questions, right? So I just can't give you easy questions that you're getting the answer correct to every single time. Understood this? Yeah. So this involved a bit of sense of directions, as I must say. Now I'm going to bring on the fourth question. Okay, let's see how many of you can get this one correct. This one is going to be simple. A lot of you are going to get this one right. Come on, let's bring this on. Question number 4. When I get multiplied by any single digit number, the sum of the figures in the product is always me. Who am I? Okay, 60 seconds are going to be more than enough for this. All right. Shanmugam says it was easy for me. Never mind. Well done. Well done. Adrika says explain it again. Okay, I'm going to explain this again. But first focus on this question. Adrika, try to get this one correct first. All right. So you guys are saying A or answer 9. I knew this was slightly on the easier side. Okay, so it is going to be A. I think A it is going to be then. Still gonna have 30 more seconds, but a lot of you are saying A. Darsh says A. Rafiq, Himani, Mayank, Ishika, Aditi, Jay, Pushparaj, always learning. All right. So majority of you are giving A as the correct answer. Okay, let's check out the answer. Answer is in fact going to be, yes, you guys are right. The answer is A, 9. Okay, let's see why it is 9. When I get multiplied by any single digit number, the sum of figures in the product is always me. So let's take the first option, 9. 9 when it gets multiplied by a single digit number. Single digit means what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's suppose I multiply this by 5. What do I have here? 45. The sum of the digits, add the digits, 4 plus 5, you get what? 9. The product, the sum of the digits is always 9. You can take any other examples as well, like 9 times 7. Let's suppose, how much is this? 63. Again, as you can see, the sum of digits is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. Again, the sum of the digits is the same number. It doesn't happen for any other number out there, like 10, 5, which other options which were given to you. It doesn't happen. So when I get multiplied by, this is I here, by the way, this is I, get multiplied by any single digit number, the sum of the figures in the product is always me. So that's the reason why the correct answer is option A. Well done. Well done. Divisibility rule is applicable. Right, Disha, you're absolutely right. Okay, so we're moving on to question number 5. Now this is going to be tricky. Okay, you're going to enjoy this question. Let's see how many of you get this. A, B, C can complete a work independently in 8 days, 6 days and 12 days respectively, which means A alone can finish some work in 8 days. That same work B will do alone in 6 days, and that same work C will do alone in 12 days. Now A has worked for 4 days alone and he left. Then B works alone for 2 days and then he call it quits as well. And we've got to figure out how much time will C take to complete the remaining work. 60 seconds. This is a difficult one. The last question is going to be the most difficult one. If any of you can do the last question, I salute you. A is the correct answer is what Lakshmi says. All right. You've used quite a bit of common sense out there, Lakshmi, because the options were kind of stupid, I think. Archit says 4 days. The solution is more important than the answer, how you think. All right, so C is what some of you are saying, 4 days. This will take time, you know. It may even take 2 minutes for some of you. 4 days is what Nagarajan says, 5 days. When I explain it, it is going to be, crystal clear. I'm sure of that. Okay, Chandan, I won't be able to talk in Hindi because majority of the students are going to understand English here. All right, because if I talk in Hindi, only some of you will, majority may not. That's the reason why we've decided to keep a neutral language. I'm sorry for that. Okay, so A it is, what Darsh says, 2 days. I know you guys are using quite a bit of common sense out there, but let's go ahead and check out why it is the correct answer. The correct answer is in fact 2 days. Come on, I'm going to show you the solution for this now. All right, now 8, 6 and 12. I will pick a number which is divisible by 8, 6 and 12. You can pick any number, by the way. The reason why I'm picking this number is because it's going to give me easy calculation. So the number is going to be 24. Okay. Now I'm going to assume, let us assume that the work here is eating 24 burgers. Let's suppose this is the work. The work is eating 24 burgers. Now, if you guys are asking me why you've chosen only 24, because 24 is easily divisible by 8, 6 and 12. You could pick any number. You will get the correct answer. You can pick 30, 40, 10, 5, 100, whatever. I've chosen 24 because 24 is easily divisible by 8, 6 and 12, and my calculations would be a lot simpler. Okay? Now, let's suppose, as I said, the work here is what? It's a very fabulous work. The work here is eating 24 burgers. Now, A will be able to eat all the 24 burgers in how many days? 8 days. So you guys go ahead and tell me, in one day, A is going to eat how many burgers? Come on, tell me that. In one day, A will eat how many burgers? A will eat 24 burgers in 8 days. In one day, A will eat how many burgers? Very good, science fly. A is going to eat 3 burgers in one day. 24 divided by 8. Very good. Like others are also saying the correct answer now. In a similar way, come on, tell me the other answers. Now, B in one day will eat how many burgers? B can finish all the 24 burgers in 6 days. In one day, B is going to eat how much? This time B. Very good. Mirza, Faiz, Rehan. 4 it is going to be, right? Vishesh, Saranya, Udhya. Now the names are moving on pretty fast. Apologies for not reading out all. So in one day, B is going to eat 4 burgers. C in one day is going to eat how many burgers? C can finish all 24 burgers in 12 days. Well done, Nagarajan. C is going to eat 2 burgers in one day. Okay. So this part, I'm sure it is pretty clear. Right? We have assumed the work to be eating 24 burgers, and these 24 burgers, as per the information presented, A in one day is going to eat 3, B in one day is going to eat 4, C in one day is going to eat 2, right? So this part was pretty simple, right? Cool. So we've used this bit of information. We've utilized this information. Now, A works alone for 4 days. Now, A has worked for 4 days. So in one day, A finishes how many? 3 burgers. So in 4 days, A will finish how many burgers? A in 4 days is going to finish how many burgers? In 4 days. Disha, I took ratio and added them all. No, Disha, that won't be the right method. No, this is going to be the proper method. Very good. You guys are saying the answer as 12. Well done. So A in one day finishes 3 burgers. So in 4 days, A will eat 12 burgers. Very good. Now B has, so A has worked for 4 days and then A leaves. Fine, this is also done. Then B works alone for how many days? 2 days. Now B in one day eats 4 burgers. In 2 days, B will eat how many burgers? In 2 days, 8 burgers. Very good, very good. B in 2 days is going to eat 8 burgers. Now what was the work? The work was eating how many burgers? The work was eating 24 burgers. So both A and B, they have finished how many burgers? 20 burgers have been eaten up. How many burgers are left? 4 burgers are left. 4 burgers are left. Right? That has to be finished by C. Right? You got the logic now? Awesome. Cool. So look, 4 burgers are left now after A has eaten his part and B has eaten his part. Now these 4 burgers have to be finished by C. Now, what is the rate at which C eats? C is a slow eater, right? So C in one day finishes 2 burgers. How much time will he take to eat 4 burgers? 2 days. That's the reason why. Yes, Chitra, your chat is visible. So you've understood how we are getting 2 days now? Yes? This was a good question, right? The level of difficulty was also on the higher side for this. But you can't write burgers. Of course, look, you can't write all of this. This was just an example taken to help you understand it. Majority of the times, whenever this question comes, it will be in the form of options. So you just have to tick the right options. That's all. I just wanted to explain you with an example that is more relatable to you. That's the reason why, I've written so much. Otherwise, I won't be writing so much. All right. So you guys should be fast. But you've understood it now. That's the most important bit. You've got the logic. Well done. All right. I'm going to move on to question number 6 now. All right. So here's question number 6. This is going to be awesome as well. Let's see how many of you can crack this up. This is fairly simple, quite logical as well. So there is a race of 200 meters in which A beats B by 20 meters and C by 40 meters. All right. Now my question is, if B and C participate in the race of 100 meters with the same speed as before, then B is going to beat C by how many meters? This is again a challenging question. These are questions done by students who are preparing for B school, business school entrance exams. Okay, so these questions are high when it comes to level of difficulty. So if you can understand these, hats off. Okay, I'm going to begin the timer now. Nagarajan says B. Okay, so some of you are saying C as well. B again, 10 meters. This rotates around the concept of proportion. Direct proportion, inverse proportion. I'm sure you guys have studied these two concepts in your lower grades, right? Direct proportion, inverse proportion. So this is a question that revolves around that idea. Please do not get disheartened if you are not able to solve or you don't know where to start. These questions are meant to be challenging. It is just to give you an idea that, yeah, questions like this do exist. So as long as you're able to understand what I'm explaining, congratulate yourself. You're doing a fabulous job. Yes, okay, so the time is up. The right answer to this is going to be option A, 11.11. Okay, come on, let's go ahead and check out how the solution for this is going to look like. So please concentrate. Okay, this is a challenging question. I get it. So let's try and interpret the information given to us here. In a race of 200 meters, A beats B by 20 meters and C by 40 meters. How am I going to use this information? Well, I can use it like this. Since A has won the race, A has completed the whole 200 meters, right? A has covered this much distance, 200 meters. A has beaten B by 20, right? So in the time that A covered 200 meters, B must have covered how much? 180 meters in the same time. If you've got it, Disha, it's great. If you've got it, great. But how? I'm going to explain it to you now. Look, in a race of 200 meters, A has beaten B by 220 meters. So it means if A has covered 200 meters, then B should have covered 180 meters, right? In the same time. And A has beaten C by 40 meters, which means C has covered 160 meters. All of this in the same time. Do we understand this or not? Do we get this point? Because this is just this, okay? Yeah, this was challenging. I agree to that. In a race of 200 meters, A beats B by 20 meters, which means if A covered the whole race of 200 meters, B had covered 180 meters. That is how A beats B by 20 meters, because 200 minus 180 is 20. And in that same time, C would have covered 160 meters, because 200 minus 160 is going to be 40. You got this step. Yes, and all of this is going to happen in the same time. Try to visualize a race. Try to visualize a race which is happening. Okay, so we are clear with this. This is simple, right? Good. Now B and C participate in a race of, now you know for sure that B's speed is more than C's speed. So we know for sure that if B and C are running a race, B is definitely going to win, right? Very good. Now they are running with the same speed. Now here comes the catch. All right, so here is B and here is C. Okay, now let me just write that down here, otherwise my head may block it. B is here, C is here. Now in the time that B covers 180 meters, C covers how much? 160 meters. Same time. When B covers 180, C covers 160. Yes? Now in a 100-meter race, we know B will win, right? So I just have to find out when B has covered 100 meters, C has covered how much? That's all I want to know. Because I know from this that when B covers 180, C covers 160, right? So when B covers 100, C will cover how much? That's it. Now cross multiply. Cross multiply, what do you get? Let's say this is X. So X multiplied with 180 is equal to 160 multiplied with 100. And you get X is equal to 160 multiplied with 100 divided by 180. Right? Cancel off the common factors. This is 2 times 9, 2 times 80. So you're getting X value here as 800 by 9, which is going to be 9 times 8, 72, 88.88, something like that. Right? So in that same time, C will only cover 88.88888 something. Right? Which means B is going to beat C by 11.11. Yes, this question was tricky. If you've understood it, nothing like it. Look, the concepts are fairly simple, right? We're operating on the idea of direct proportion. But then problem solving is all about how you utilize the information present to get to the answer. Okay? How is it 11.11? Look, 100 minus 88.88. Approximate answer. Okay? Approximate answer. You got that now? So B, in the same time, B has covered 100, C has only covered 88.88. So the difference is the winning margin. Got that now? The difference between these two, 100 minus 88.88 is your winning margin. Okay, so this was a tricky question. If you've understood it, awesome guys, congratulate yourself. So question 7 coming up now. This is interesting, all right? This is really interesting. Come on, let's see this. I think you should be able to do this. Let's see. Let's see how many of you can do this now. Length of the rectangle increases by 20%. The breadth of the rectangle decreases by 20%. I want to know the area of the rectangle changes by how much percentage. This is going to be my favorite question of the day, of the session. What is the answer to this? Pushparaj Tyagi says A, there will be no change in area of the rectangle. Science Fly says C, 20% increase. Ashish says D. Come on, do some calculations. Take length to be something, take breadth to be something. Rox says B. Is that a guess, Rox? Is that a guess or you have actually worked through this? Lakshmi says, But this is a good question, right? Our common sense says there shouldn't be any change in area because look, length is increasing by 20% and breadth is decreasing by 20%. So why would the area change? There should be no change in area. That's what the common sense says. But you will get your minds blown up when you look at the solution for this. Now we are getting majority of the answers as B. I'm going to show you how the answer is going to be B. Area is in fact going to decrease by 4%. Let's go ahead and check this out. Come on. First thing, do we know how to figure out the area of rectangle? Area is how much? Area is length multiplied with breadth, right? Take anything. Assume length to be 10, breadth to be 10, whatever you want to, okay? Any numbers, like length can be 20, breadth can be 30, length can be 40, breadth can be 50, 5, 4, whatever your choices are. I'm assuming length to be 10, breadth to be 10, and therefore area is going to be 100. These are my assumptions. And as I said, your assumptions can be anything. All right? All right. So Saranya says she took length as 100, breadth as 50. Absolutely fine, Saranya. You will still get the same answer. Okay. Now, length is how much that I have taken? I've taken 10. Now, 10 increases by 20%. So when 10 increases by 20%, what is 20% of 10? 2, right? So this is equal to how much now? 12. When length increases by 20%, it becomes 12, right? Very good. And when 10 decreases by 20%, what is 20% of 10? 2. So this will be equal to 8. So now the breadth has become 8. What is 12 multiplied with 8? 96. You see that? So the area from 100, it has become 96. So what has been the decrease in area? The decrease is 4%. This is how you get that. Because 100 becomes 96. I'm sure you are familiar with the process of calculating percentage change. Change divided by initial value multiplied with 100. So you see now, the area has actually decreased by 4%. So you were right about it. You were right about it. Gargi says she drew a rectangle, solved it, and then she got the right one. Well done. So this was a good question, right? I mean, our common sense should say, hey, when length is increasing by 20, when breadth is decreasing by 20, area should remain the same, but it doesn't. Area actually decreases by 4%. Share this with few of your friends and their minds will also get blown up, I'm sure about that. Okay, so question number 8. This is also an amazing question. Let's see how many of you can get this correct. Price of petrol has increased by 25%. Okay, I'm going to explain you this question now. So price of petrol has increased by 25%. By what percentage should we decrease the quantity so that, okay, let's suppose you have a monthly budget. Okay, your monthly budget on petrol is 1,000. And you kept this in mind thinking petrol was 100 rupees. All right, so your monthly budget is 1,000. But petrol now is no more 100 rupees. It has increased by 25%. But your monthly budget on petrol is the same 1,000. So it obviously means what? You will not be able to buy the same quantity of petrol as you bought earlier, right? The quantity of petrol that you buy should come down. I want to know by how much percentage. Okay? All right, Rafiq, if you understand this question, you will understand that question as well. Oh, come on. Never mind. Never mind. If you can solve this through, we will get this correct. Okay, so try this out. Look, price of petrol has increased by 25%. By how much percentage should we reduce the quantity of petrol that we are buying so that our monthly budget on petrol does not change? I know you saw the answer, but yeah, cool. 20% decrease. But if you guys can understand it, nothing like that. There's no point in a timer now. I've already shown you the answer by mistake. So I'm going to go straight away and explore the solution for this problem. All right, first things first. Price, let's say, okay, let's go through this example. You buy 10 liters of petrol. Okay, you buy 10 liters of petrol. 1 liter costs you 100 rupees. So how much do you spend on petrol? Write that in the comments. Do you want me to repeat the data? You buy 10 liters of petrol. 1 liter costs you 100 rupees. How much money are you spending on petrol? 1,000. Suranjan, yes, very good. 1,000. Ashish also says 1,000. Himani 1,000. This was simple, right? Look, so how do we get the 1,000? Price per liter, when I multiply that by my consumption means by the quantity that I'm buying, this is equal to my expenditure. Right? Like I gave you an example. Let's say the price is 1,000 rupees per liter. And I am buying 10 liters of petrol, it means my expenditure is 1,000 rupees, right? Yes, now you understand why 20% decrease. When you plug in the numbers, it becomes very simple. Yes? Okay, so this is my assumption. This is my assumption. You can assume anything. You will get the correct answer every time. You can assume anything. Okay, yes, it is the correct answer, Disha. You got 20% decrease. Well done. All right, so what have we assumed here? We have assumed that price per liter is going to be 100. The quantity that I am buying is 10 liters and therefore I am spending 1,000 rupees. Right? This point is pretty clear. Yes? Good. Now what is happening to the price? The price is increasing by how much percentage here? 25%. So when 100 rupees per liter increases by 25%, the price is now going to be 125 rupees per liter. Yes, but my expenditure is the same 1,000 rupees. My salary has not increased. I'm earning the same, right? So I want to know how much quantity I need to buy, right? So solve this. So the quantity Q is going to be what? 1,000 divided by 125. This is 25 times 5, 2540. So this is 8. Okay, so now earlier I used to buy 10 liters when price was 100. But now that price has increased by 25%, I'm only able to buy 8 liters. Right? 8 liters is what I'm able to buy. Very good. So from 10 liters, I have come down to 8 liters. So by how much quantity my consumption has reduced? My consumption has reduced by 2 liters, right? Because from 10 liters, I've moved on to 8 liters. So 2 liters is the change. What was the initial value? Initial value was 10. Multiply by 100. That's it. So this is how you get 20% decrease. Okay. So when price of petrol has increased by 25% and my monthly budget on petrol is the same, my consumption is going to come down by 20%. Well done. If you've got the correct answer, well done. So Rafiq, now the length and breadth question will also be solved in the same way like we have done it. Instead of price, consumption, expenditure, there you have length, breadth, area. That's it. Okay? All right. Very good. Very good. Question number 9 now. Okay, so we have only 2. This one you should be able to answer this. Come on. Your sock drawer has 24 white socks, 24 blue socks. Minimum number of times you need to reach to guarantee a matching pair. So this should be simple. This should be simple. What is going to be the correct answer? Option A, B, C or D? Archit says C. To this? Okay. Minimum number of times you will need to reach inside the drawer and take out a sock to guarantee a matching pair. This will require a little different bit of a logic, you know, because I'll explain you, no problem. You first give me your answers and then I'll explain you my reasoning behind it. You're saying 4? No, Disha, this is not related to probability. This is going to be a simple, you know, common sense. I should put it, you know, if I don't know if I'm putting it the right words, but yeah, fair common sense, nothing much. Okay, 7 seconds left. LCM? No. Just imagine, you know, just imagine that you have a drawer in front of you and there are 24 white socks and 24 blue socks. Carry this experiment and you will get the correct answer. The correct answer is going to be option A, 3. I'll explain you how. Look. Now, let's say first time, all right, let's carry this out. Let's imagine that in front of us there's a drawer. Okay, and inside the drawer there are going to be 24 white socks and 24 blue socks. Now I'm closing my eyes, right, and I'm picking a sock. Let's suppose I pick up blue socks first, right? Now next, let's say I pick a white socks, and then another possibility is going to be I've picked a white socks third, right? Yes, but then students who have said that 2 is the answer, all right, 2 is going to be not a guarantee, all right? 2 can be it. Like let's suppose you pick a blue and then you pick a blue. Then in that case 2 can be correct. But then we've got to guarantee it. Okay, so look, this is one possibility. Or let's say first you pick a blue, then you pick a blue and the third one is white. Yeah, so only when you have taken it 3 times, you can guarantee that there will be one matching pair for sure. There can also be a possibility where all the 3 are blue or all the 3 are white. All right. Yes, it is a possibility. What if you take all 3 blue? Fine, you still have a pair. You still have a matching pair. All 3 are white, you still have a matching pair. But if you're saying 2 is the answer, then this possibility also exists, right? First time blue, second time white. This is also possible. If you're saying 2, 1 white, then blue, again white. Yes, 1 white, then blue, again white. You still have a pair. You still have what pair? A white pair. Blue, white, blue. Yes, you have a blue pair. Right, Udaya? If you're taking blue, white and blue, you have a blue pair of socks. Yeah? 2 can't be the correct answer, right? Because there is a possibility first time you get a blue, second time you get a white, or first time you get a white, second time you get a blue. So you can't guarantee it. But 3 times for sure. For sure 3 times, doesn't matter what the combination is, they will be a matching pair. And since I asked you the minimum, 4, 5, 6, automatically those answers are ruled out. Alright? Yes, Himani, you were right when you said 3. Half chances of getting both. Yeah, some of you said probability. Now you're infusing probability in it. Easy but tricky, yes. So you've understood it, right? Why 2 can't be the correct answer? Because if 2 is the right answer, then there is this possibility of blue and white. You don't have a pair. But if 3, definitely one pair will be there. There is a possibility, as I said, where all are white. You still have a pair of white socks to wear. Look, we even rhymed it now. You still have a pair of white socks to wear. Yeah, cool. We're wrapping now. All right, this is going to be the last question for the day. I am ready for the salute if you guys can answer this. I've got to be a little cautious of not revealing. I'm not going to put a timer. Okay, go ahead and solve this. Shanmugam says, sir, ready for a salute. My friend, if you can give me the correct answer and explain me the logic, my salute is there. Harry reaches school every day at 5 p.m. to pick up his child. On Saturday, the school got over at 4. The child started walking home. Harry met him on the way and returned home 30 minutes early. How long did the child walk? Come on, guys. You know, I've seen, how do I put it? Students who have passed out engineering, all right, they have struggled with this question. They've struggled with this, you know. This is tricky. I wanted to give you this question as a homework question and ask you the description in the comments box. I'm going to do that. But then a lot of you will be inquisitive about the answer. So you're saying 45 minutes? Okay, let's go through the question again. Yeah. But you have to explain me the reasoning, because you can get a correct answer without still knowing how to get the correct answer. I'm not just going to give you a salute if you just say the correct answer. You have to explain me the process. So if you're finding it hard to explain the process now, explain it in the comments and my salute will be there in the next session. Okay, B, C, A. This is the trickiest question that we have seen so far. Timer is not on, because if I on the timer, Gargi, you know, the answer may be revealed. But yeah, no, never mind. Let's take that risk. 60 seconds, fine, no issues. B is what you're saying, 40 minutes. I'm getting mixed answers. You know, I've got an A, I've got a B, I've got a C. I just don't have a D yet. Rox says C. As I said, I just don't need the answer. I need the explanation for it. Nikhil, because 30 divided by 2 is 15 minutes. So 60 minus 15 is 45 minutes. Okay. I'm still not satisfied with that. Salma says the answer is A, 30 minutes. Okay. The answer, all right, look, I'm going to cut down the chase. The answer is 45 minutes. But as I said, I'm not interested in the answer. I'm interested in the explanation. Come on, let's go ahead and check out how the explanation. Or shall I leave the explanation bit to you guys, that you are going to explain this in the comments? Yes? Or shall I explain this now? Okay, let's go with the explanation now. Fine, cool. All right, so let's say this is Harry's house. And let's say this is Harry's school. Fine. Harry reaches school every day at 5 p.m. to pick up his child. Shanmugam says, wait, explain it is what you guys are saying. Okay, so what do we do? All right, cool. Let's go with the explanation. Fine. Let's say this is Harry's house and let's say this is Harry's school. Now, Harry reaches school every day at 5 p.m. to pick up his child. Okay, cool. On Saturday, the school got over at 4 p.m. and the child started walking towards home. You don't do that. You stay at school till your parents come and pick you up. Harry met him on the way. So let's suppose Harry met him here at this point. This is, let's say, the meeting point. All right. And then what happened here? Harry is going to pick the child from here and they are going back home. Returned home 30 minutes early. The heart and soul of the problem is this number. Harry returned home 30 minutes early. You have to think, how did Harry return home 30 minutes early? When you think about it, you will click, yeah, fine. Harry returned home 30 minutes early because Harry did not have to travel this point. Let me just choose a different color for that. Okay. Harry did not have to travel from here to here and then here to here, right? From M to S and then S to M. Harry did not have to travel, and that is the reason why, okay, Agrima has given an explanation there. We'll come to that. All right. So Harry did not have to travel from M to S and then S to M. And this is how Harry ended up saving 30 minutes of time. Now, distance is the same, right? Which means it takes Harry 15 minutes to go from M to S and 15 minutes to go from S to M. Harry, right? Now Harry reaches every day at what PM? 5 PM, which means Harry should have been at the meeting point at 4:45, right? Harry will reach the school at 5 PM every day, which means at the meeting point 4:45, because it takes 15 minutes to go from meeting point to the school. So 4:45 is where Harry reached this. So the school got over at what time? 4 PM, which means the child was walking for how many minutes? 45 minutes. So this is how you get it. All right. So students must have, all right, think through this. I will give you another explanation when we move on to the next session, because this has become quite a lengthy session with like 15 minutes, right? Still think about it. Watch the video again, go through the explanation that I've given, and you will understand it, okay? All right, so homework time for you. This is the question. I'm sure you guys will get this one correct. When counting from 1 to 100, how many times you will come across the number 7? All right, Shanmugam says the answer is correct, but still the salute is going to happen in the next session when you write in the comments the proper description for it. Okay, so you guys can easily answer this. We've got you covered, guys. I'm sure you know that. Yes, the session. And again, you know, keep these things in mind. The curriculum is mapped to your school. Choose your class timings. You will have all the personal attention and one-to-one guidance. The link will be there in the descriptions box. Make sure you click it and then select any of it. Or even if you guys leave a comment, our representatives will get in touch with you. And I'm sure you also know the BYJU'S scholarship test, right? Now, this is a scholarship test which happens every Sunday. Yeah, the syllabus is going to be what? Simple math, science, aptitude, and then you will get the scholarship program based on your score, the scorecard, academic skills, personalized counseling. So every Sunday you guys have the opportunity to winning a scholarship. And I've already explained you this BYJU'S 2 Cheezers advantage. I know this was a lengthy session, yeah, and I congratulate you and I admire your determination for being part of the session for so long. Lastly, guys, if you've liked the content that we've provided today, hit the like button, share it with your friends. I'm sure they're going to struggle with the last question. What do you guys think? And lastly, if you have any new students, make sure you subscribe to this channel. All right, so thank you for your time. You've been amazing as usual. I'd like to take your leave now and we will catch up later. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.